All right, ladies, coming to you looking like Two-Face. I should just totally go, what does that apply? No, audition. That's the word. I should just go audition for Batman, right? All right, I have some goodies to show you, and I'm not going to take the time to put everything on my face. I just wanted to breeze through this real quickly and just let you know, and when it comes to foundation, you really want to have a skin consult before choosing a foundation. Same thing with a concealer. Just because every skin type, texture, amount of oils or dryness, it's all different, so there's not necessarily going to be a one size fits all. But if I had to choose one that is most likely to be used by the majority of people, I would definitely say that that foundation is this Liquid Touch foundation. I freaking love this stuff. I use it all the time. It's phenomenal. I do use all of our foundations at some point, just depending on what my skin is doing, but most of the year, this is my go-to. So before I show you exactly how to do that, I wanted to just touch real quickly on our concealers. We have a liquid concealer, which is just amazing. I love this. You only need the teeniest, tiniest amount in order to make a big difference. And the loose mineral concealer. So this I use more for baking or setting my makeup. I don't really use it because I need more of a full coverage. So this is really similar to Bare Minerals. It's going to give you a light to medium coverage. This one's going to give you a heavy duty coverage. But both of them feel very light going on. And it doesn't give that really cakey feeling. Like, I don't know about you, but I hate feeling like I'm wearing a mask. So you don't actually feel like you're wearing a bunch of stuff when you're using those. Now, there are two different types of pressed foundations. There's a cream and there is a powder. I live for my pressed powder because I always use a powder to set things. I like that really matte look. I'm not a dewy type of look kind of person. I think that very few people can pull it off properly. But with these compacts, so you have it pressed, has this little swinging door, and they do come with the sponges. I always give them to my daughter because I don't personally use them. But the sponges will keep off of your makeup so you're not infecting that makeup. And with a pressed cream, I actually like to use blending buds like this or a foundation brush like this, a liquid foundation brush like this. So those are what you would use for that, and then I would set it using a pressed powder. With a pressed powder, I love using a puffy brush. I just do. I just think it gets the best coverage, use the least amount of product, and it's awesome sauce. So with that, the last thing that I want to show you before I show you this other foundation is the tinted moisturizer. This stuff is amazing. I love it. It is a light to medium coverage. But what I do in order to make it a fuller coverage is I will actually mix a small, teeny tiny amount of my concealer in with it, and then I use a blending bud to apply it. So these right here are my go-to for when my skin is super, super dry, and even after exfoliating it, it still feels really, really dry, and I just need that extra moisture. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix these two together, and then I'm going to seal it with my powder. I almost always put a powder on top. So, this is what I'm going to do. First, you want to prime your face. We just changed the packaging recently on this, and now it comes in a taller, more narrow black tube. It's super sexy and I love it, but I still had some of this left, so I was just going to keep using this. So, you want to make sure that you prime your face. Typically, priming your face, I would say give it a couple minutes for the primer to like set. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to go ahead and not wait a couple minutes. But it's super silky smooth, and what it does is it seals in all of your moisturizers and your good creams and stuff that you just put on your face after washing it off, and it creates a really smooth canvas for your makeup. It also helps you to use less of the makeup that you're putting on your face. It makes your colors a lot bolder. Case in point, let me see if I can get a little out of here for, oh, shoot, where did it go? There it is. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put some like right here on my arm, and then I'm going to show you real quick what primer does, how it does the colors and stuff like that. We've had some people put them on oranges before, which I thought was really, really cool because it shows you how smooth all of those little holes in the oranges looked. So where is my, here it is. All right. I'm just going to use one of my pigments. One of these colors because it'll show up the best for you. But when you're using a primer, this is essentially what it does for your makeup, and this is why you use less of it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to start swiping it on my arm. I can't see where I put my primer yet, but once I do this, it'll show up. The streak will show up. Okay, can you tell where I put my primer? So apparently I did a line right here, and see how on both sides it's lighter? That's essentially what it's doing for your makeup. So that's why you want to put primer on your face before putting your foundation on, because it's really going to help your foundation give you that really nice full coverage. All right, that should be enough time to dry. So you have two options. You can either use a puffy brush or you can use a liquid foundation brush. This liquid foundation brush has tighter bristles. So does this puffy brush, honestly. It's almost like a, what do they call them? Like the Habuki brushes or something. So this has a little hole in it. I don't ever put foundation inside of that brush. I prefer doing it this way. I prefer shaking my foundation up before I use it, which I've already done, putting a couple drops on the back of my hand, and then I like to use my finger and just sort of dot it wherever I need it. Okay. This warms up the foundation. This foundation in particular likes to oxidize. It takes a couple minutes, so if the color doesn't look right when you first put it on, just wait for a couple minutes until the oxygen get in it, and that's going to change it to that perfect color for you. So you can do it like that, or if you really want to, well, let me show you this first. If I do it like this with this foundation brush, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it like that. Okay. See how nice that is? Awesome. So if you prefer using a puffy brush, you can always take it. You could put one or two little drops right on top of the brush like that. Dot it on your face. See how nice that spreads? And then use that and swirl it in. Totally up to you. You get the same result from both brushes. I personally like using the first one just because I like to do my eye makeup and I like to kind of sculpt out my eyebrows and underneath here. So that's just why I use that one. But if I'm in a hurry, I'll just use this. There you go. Nice to have all this left. Now what I do is on the back of my hand, whatever's left over, I will swipe it down my neck, because you always want to bring your foundation all the way down and blend it into your upper chest area. Okay? That's going to keep it from making it look like you got this harsh line. So that is a little tidbit for you on all of our foundations. If you girls are interested in helping or in having, oh my gosh, I can't speak today. I'm hungry, I think. If you're interested in a skin consult and having me help you find which foundation and concealer is going to be best for you and your skin type and the coverage that you want, let me know, comment below this video, and I will PM you. Talk to you soon. Bye.